Hello YouTube, this is Tammy Pie and I'm back with another video. This is Tarot Through Movie Genres by Lucid Moons. Lucid Moons is a teeny tiny channel, y'all. Let's take care of our teeny tiny channels because we love them. All right, I love movies and I love tarot. So there's nothing wrong with this tag. Nothing. Zero. Uh, in my teeny tiny little town of Yakima, Washington, we have a little theater. It's called the Orion, where you can go and watch a movie and have a tasty alcoholic beverage like a Blue Hawaii or whatever, and watch a movie and then take an Uber home because you can get schnockered. Okay? So this tag has a bunch of genres, but I also watched Kelly Bear and she added a couple more, and so of course I did them. And I didn't just look at one card or one deck. I looked at many cards and many decks because yeah. All right, here we go. Number one, sci-fi. Some of my favorite sci-fis. The Fifth Element. Baby, I could watch it every day. Well, not every day, but all the time. I love it. Fifth Element. The Star Trek movies. I like even the new Star Trek movies with Chris, what's his name, as Kirk. Love it. Red Planet with Val Kilmer. Hello. Okay, so what we have here for your viewing enjoyment is the Black Tarot. And the Black Tarot is super sci-fi. I don't know, but I think this is probably AI. This is not a brand new deck, but it's a brand new deck to my collection. And it feels very sci-fi. It feels like in space, like 2001 or Alien or any of those delicious old sci-fi movies. Okay? Be right back. Another one, can't get enough of this, is the Tarot of the Holy Spectrum. And this is so sci-fi. I mean, really, one of the things that makes a great sci-fi movie is if it connects to regular people at regular times, right? The color is very sci-fi. There's a bunch of spacey stuff. Yeah. Okay. One more. So I don't know if anybody else clocked this one, but Tina Gong's Golden Thread Tarot feels like something you got out of a computer. It feels very techno. Oops. It feels super. And this is not even a brand new deck. This is kind of an older deck. It feels very electronics, right? Yeah. So this is very sci-fi. Oh, okay. So the next genre is horror. And honestly, I could have taken almost any single other genre and put it into the horror genre because I feel like horror is everywhere. So, some of my favorite horror movies: The Shining, Midsummer, 13 Ghosts. Oh! Shaun of the Dead was a great horror, like funny horror. 30 Days of Night was probably the scariest vampire movie ever in existence. And of course, The Exorcist, which comes straight from my whole generation. In fact, when I was a kid, people used to think that I looked like Linda Blair, which I always thought was kind of cool. So, of course, Bohemian Gothic. Of course, Bohemian Gothic. No question. Right? What else? What else do we have? How about my beloved, and y'all have been seeing this ad nauseum, but Murder of Crows. This is a great horror deck. It feels like horror. It feels scary all the time, right? It's that spooky kind of end of the world type of thing. But also it could be medieval times. We don't know. We don't know. And then, because horror isn't always super scary, sometimes horror is benevolent. It's kind of just talking about the things that we all look at. Isn't that The Ring? That's totally The Ring. Scary monsters, scary witches, scary voodoo, scary animals, scary zombies. Yeah. So, Shadowland Tarot by Monica Badirsky. And one more, because horror is my favorite, and honestly, I'm gonna revisit horror all the time. Circus horror. Circus is scary. So Tarot of the Circus Magi is kind of a horror tarot, right? Ooh, spooky, spooky, spooky. Next genre is romance. Okay, so in horror, romance would be Dracula, the Francis Ford Coppola one. Talk about. There's also a movie called Only Lovers Left Behind. If you have not seen it, check it out. Only Lovers Left Behind. It's amazing. I love a funny romance. Silver Linings with J-Law and Bradley Cooper. And of course, one of my favorite romances, Legends of the Fall. Oh my God, what a gorgeous thing. Okay, so we've got 3 decks. And when you see them, you will say, sure, yeah. Tarot of Persephone's Garden. What a romantic deck. Oh, baby. Yeah. This artwork is so romantic. And honestly, I think Kara was, having a little romantic moment with Persephone. Not even gonna lie. How about Encore Tarot? Ciro Marchetti, y'all. Talk about a romantic artist. His stuff is super just romance, right? Yeah, very romantic. Hello. And finally, there is not a more romantic deck than the Moonchild Tarot. So sexy, so exciting, so romantic. Okay, next we have the Thriller. And you'll be so relieved to know that I only have 2 decks for this. But Thrillers, The Gift with Keanu Reeves and the most delightful, The Gift. It for one thing, it's about divination. This is the Witch's Tarot. Oh wait, I forgot to do all the movies. Thriller horror, The Invisible Man. Works with the witches, actually, also. And The Glass House. Did y'all see that movie, The Glass House? Oh. Spooky, scary, exciting. And this Witch's Tarot by Burning Paper Hearts. Amazing. And honestly, Ritual Tarot is a thriller. It's exciting. You never know what you're going to get. It's so interesting and on the edge and beautiful. Yeah. Even though I think it's a very earthy deck, it's an earthy thriller. Mysteries. I love a mystery. The Girl with a Dragon Tattoo. Did you know what was going to happen? I kind of did, but not really. It wasn't until the very end that I really figured it out. Gone Girl. Oh my God. How about No Country for Old Men? Crazy. Okay, the Thriller. I only have 2 decks, I think. This is a good one, y'all. Abyssal. That's a thriller. Again, so exciting. These photographs are very titillating. Even the ones that aren't as sexual are sensual. And they make you want to know what is going on, right? Similarly, Lonely Dreamer, very much a thriller deck. So interesting and mysterious and exciting. The colors and the pictures excite the mind and make you wonder what's coming next. They make you want to solve the mystery. Yeah, Lonely Dreamer. All right, next genre is action. What's more action than James Bond? Hello! Oh! And of course, the Mission Impossible movies. Also great. And True Lies. So, what do we have tarot-wise? I've got 3 decks because, right? So, Banksy. Talk about action. Banksy is action, right? Everything is the drama of life, the violence of this world. Banksy Tarot. That's action. I love that card. Oh! This is kind of a different way of looking at it, but Tarot of the Sevenfold Mystery. That's action. Action. Something is always going on in Sevenfold Mystery. It's action. Definitely. And finally, the Urban Tarot. This is really action, y'all. Can you just imagine in the city, a blues bar, a guy in the theater? I have no idea what's going on in the other room, but apparently it has to be loud. Poker game. This is action. It really is. Very exciting. All right, the next one is fantasy. Fantasy, mystery, action, fantasy. So my favorite is Lady in the Water, which is one of the earlier, what is his name? Anyway, Lady in the Water. Curse of the Golden Flower. And yeah, I like those kind of fantasies. I'm not a big, like, Lord of the Rings or any of that. I guess there's others, but how about Mystic Masters? Even though this is kind of a historical deck, it's very fantasy. Yeah, very pretty. Very otherworldly, very ethereal. So yeah, Mystic Masters by Danny Mystic. And then the Eastern Ink Tarot. This is the kind of fantasy I like. Crouching Dragon and all that. I like Korean fantasy and Chinese fantasy. I think it's beautiful. Very exciting. Yeah, Eastern Ink Tarot. And finally, for fantasy, Simon and Chris just did a Throwback Thursday on this one, the Llewellyn Tarot. Talk about romance and fantasy. Yikes, this is gorgeous. Yummy. Yeah. Llewellyn Tarot. Okay, this is a big one. Comedy. Now I like dark comedy. So Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Anything by Guy Ritchie, like Lock, Stock, and Smoking Barrels and all that. and all the Quentin Tarantino things. So my idea of my idea of comedy is a little more in the horror space, right? So we have the Lydia Wilhelmina Monsters, Macabre, and Autumn Scenes. Oh yeah, baby. She's spooky, but she's also kind of funny. There's a lot of humor in these cards. So here we are with dark comedy and Madame Lydia Wilhelmina. Yeah. Queen Alice by Dame Darcy. This is dark comedy. Because, I mean, this young woman is lost. She's found herself in an alternate universe. And about half the time, people are trying to kill her or poison her. But it's pretty funny. Yeah. Off with her head! And of course, in tarot, what is more dark comedy than Deviant Moon? Patrick Valenza's Deviant Moon. I mean, it's spooky, but it's also kind of funny, right? A little bit hilarious. I don't know. I think so. Very funny. All right, next one is drama. And I love a historical drama, okay? I'm all about the, what is that latest thing? Anyway, but young Victoria, the Elizabeth, and the golden years of Elizabeth. I love those. So, very dramatic deck, the Keystone. So serious and intense, right? Drama. Dun 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 dun. Oh my god, this is so dramatic. Ow! Did I call that Keystone? I'm sorry, it's Key Master Tarot by Stockholm Playing Cards. And this is actually the first one I thought of for drama. Touchstone Tarot. Talk about a dramatic deck. I mean, you got some humor in there too, but super drama. Drama. Wah, 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 wah. Looks like she's doing some kind of dental work to this lion. Drama. And another very dramatic deck is the Danilov. Why is my light so terrible? I hope this video comes out better than how I'm seeing it on the monitor. Shit. Very dramatic. Dun, dun, dun. Oh no. Yes. Drama, Danilov. The next genre is documentary. Documentary, y'all. So, I like documentaries about stuff I'm interested in, of course. So, the animal stuff is cool, but I liked Room 237, which was a documentary about The Shining. And I loved, there was a new documentary that came out about Frida Kahlo, just called Frida. So 237, I'm giving you Green Bee because it feels kind of documentary. This to me is just the inside of my friend's brain. So it's very documentary. I love it. And if we're going to talk about the documentary about Frida, then we have to have Avatara. Because this basically is a deck that is a documentary about Frida. Yeah. All right, we're coming around. This is the animated. And honestly, I really love old Disney, like the Aristocats and Sleeping Beauty and just the sweet old stuff. And but I also like Wally and Avatar. Amazing. So as far as animated decks go, Happy Tarot. I mean, this could be an animated movie, honestly. Yes. I just got this, but the Jamie Sawyer Tarot. This could be an animated movie. This could be a Disney movie. She totally could have worked on those Disney animated movies. Each character has such personality. You gotta love them. Yeah. And finally, like Avatar, the Nemeth Tarot. This feels like one of those serious kind of adult animations. But it does feel like a dramatic story in animation. Beautifully, artistically rendered by Jonas Sayas. Yeah, animation. Whoop. 4 more. Okay, Westerns. I love a good Western movie. I'm all about the like old school Westerns. I love a foreign Western. I like Western horror. Hang on just a second. Where were we? Okay. Westerns. All right. So my very favorite Western ever in the whole world is The Magnificent Seven. I love that. And even the Kung Fu movie that it's taken from, The Seven Samurai, I love that one too. But also The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Woo! Wah, wah, wah. And like all those great 70s Westerns, like Bush Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. So here we have Desert Illuminations. Wait, let's look at this for a second. It's just so cowboy. She really captured the whole cowboy vibe. She really did. With a little bit of extra with the aliens. Yeah. So that's Desert Illuminations by Lindsay D. Williams. And I recently found out that this Tarot de Saint Croix is actually very Southwestern. And of course, everyone picked this, but you can't not pick it if you don't have it. And that is the Outlaw Oracle. This is the quintessential Western Oracle. I think this is the only Oracle I picked. But damn! It's just on the nose, y'all. On the nose. Okay, so we are down to the black and white genre of movies. And black and white gives you a feeling, right? There is something about a black and white movie like Dr. Strangelove and Schindler's List and Ed Wood that's kind of a little creepy. It makes you think, and it gives you this kind of bare bones, what is going on in this picture. Black and white almost explains itself in a different way. I've always felt like that black and white Spirit Keepers has a completely different feeling than any of the other ones. Similarly, Anna Turian's Tarot of the Abyss has a completely different feeling from all her other decks. It's Anna's art. It's recognizable, but it makes you stop and think, because we're not being distracted by color. We look at the line work. It feels a little bit more mysterious. Now this one's got a little color in it, but I mean, even that, when you see a black and white movie, this is the True Black Tarot, that adds just a little bit of color to that black and white. It makes you stop and pay attention, right? Just a little bit of color. The Darkness of Light, too. I almost pulled into this. But this one is even a little more dramatic. Yeah. Okay, we've come to the add-ons, which I can't not do it. I can't not do the add-ons. All right, so disaster movies. I think Kelly Bear added these too. Disaster movies like the old 70s Airport and Towering Inferno, and more lately The Impossible. If you saw that one, that was intense, because it's kind of, you know, what's going on. And The Core. Oh, what a great movie. That's another one that I can just watch over and over and over again. Don't ask me why. This deck feels like a disaster deck, but it does. It's got this really kind of interesting, futuristic, and yet nature-based, but not really. A little bit of sci-fi, but something is going on here that is not exactly what happened before. And for some reason, Crow's Magic is a disaster movie deck for me. Another one, because I say all the time, you know, the earth will be here. We're just killing ourselves. The planet will be fine. It'll be here long after we have destroyed the flora and fauna, and it'll take everything back. So Brady is a little bit of a disaster movie deck to me. Also, it has some of these moments, right? And I can't leave it out because it's so obvious. The Next World Tarot is the disaster movie deck. She feels like post-apocalyptic. And yeah, she gives us hope. But damn, y'all. What do we have to go through before we fucking realize what's going on? It's a trip. Okay, fini. The last one. Musicals. I love musicals. Well, some musicals. I love some musicals. I don't like bullshit musicals, but I mean, that's a matter of opinion, isn't it? I love Grease. Grease is the word that you heard. Chicago. And this could have been in black and white, but West Side Story. I remember being a kid and being just completely in love with West Side Story. So beautiful. And this Cosmic Tarot is that. This is so full of dance and movement and drama. I mean, you can almost hear him singing sometimes. Fantastic. The Cosmic Tarot. Love it. Recent deck, but I'm telling you, this one feels musical. This is Jumble Dance. It's just got all the beats, right? It feels like these characters are dancing through the world, telling a story, and bringing you in with all the beautiful drama and stunning, colorful, musical sweetness. Yeah, that one's musical. One more, last deck. Last deck, y'all. And this one, I'm telling you, this deck has a heartbeat. This is a soulful, soulful deck. This is Tarot of the Crone by Ellen Lorenzi Prince. And it just feels like boom, ba boom, boom, ba boom, 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 boom. It feels like a ritual dance. And that is my journey of tarot through the theater, the film, the movie genres. Shit, what'd I do with my phone? Tarot through the movie genres by Lucid Moons. So go give Lucid Moons a follow. It's a small, tiny channel, and this is a great tag. Go get you some, and thank you for for coming.